The effects of the current economic crisis have touched everyone. Even if you still have a good job and a paid-up mortgage, chances are your monthly 401k statement will remind you that you've lost a good chunk of your savings.
Hi, Garrett Gunderson here, author of Killing Sacred Cows. And contrary to popular belief, I am not a hater of 401ks. I'm just someone who loves prosperity and ultimately the sole purpose of each and every person. I know that by living my sole purpose, I can have the happiest life imaginable because it's my natural abilities, my talents, the things that I've been good at even since I was a kid. And the more I spend time in them, the better I become. And the more passion that ignites, especially when in alignment with my life's purpose, my life's mission. And that's just invigorating and exciting to me and inspiring. Too many people aren't inspired. They're merely going with popular belief. And popular belief is, I got to get a job. It doesn't matter whether I love it or not. It just matters, does it pay okay? And especially if it has good benefits. And people really look for these benefits, and one of those benefits happens to be the 401k. Now, you may have heard that by doing a 401k, it's so automatic, it's so easy, and you can accumulate and defer and one day become a millionaire. You may have heard that somehow it saves you tax, or that you're in it for the long haul if there's volatility, and that overall if you take a higher risk in the 30 or 40 years that you put your money in there, you're going to get a higher return. Or even my favorite, it's free money. It's free money when you get that match.
What do you make just of the company match feature? Let's say you don't even know how your money's invested, but that oftentimes 50% match is just free, easy money to me. I mean, even the most basic mathematician can look at that and say, okay.
Well, there's a lot of strings attached to a 401k, and there's a lot of misinformation about them. And even when I say 401k, I'm talking about traditional IRAs, self-employed pensions, I'm talking about 403Bs or tax-sheltered annuities. I mean, all these things, I could just keep going with the names. All I really mean is a plan that is a qualified plan from the government, something that exists as a tax code, and really was not necessarily the invention of the government. I don't know who invented it, but I think it's a pretty good deal for the financial institutions.
When employers began turning 401ks into retirement plans, the financial community was not shy about promoting them as such. The prospect of trillions of dollars in the hands of unsophisticated investors opened the door for all sorts of potential abuses.
The fact is that the typical 401k investor is a financial novice. They don't know a stock from a bond. And we give them a list of 20 or 30 mutual funds with really, really powerful names. You know, they sound like, gee, that's where I want to have my money.
What are generally the quality of the mutual funds and 401k plans?
Mediocre. I'm going to be real honest with you. With half the funds on the list, really dogs, what people would characterize as dogs, shouldn't be on the list to start with.
Why? Because not only do they get your money, they get the tax money that you owed, and which means they've got the government's money. They also have restrictions of when you can actually get to the money. And if you go look at people, especially those that are in retirement now or in their elderly years, if they've got one of these plans, are they really spending it? Are they really enjoying it? Or are they afraid that if they spend it, they might have to pay tax? It might increase the tax on their Social Security benefits. It might just be that they're thinking, well, I can leave this behind to my heirs. Now, there's ramifications to all of these things. There's consequences, most of them unavoidable, just inherent to the rules of the plan.
401k drop was tremendous, is tremendous at this point in time, and that's where the savings was. So that's our hurt right now.
We can't live our vision of our dream of retirement. That's the worst part. Many people can't.
And what was your dream?
Our dream was to have a log cabin up north, Leland area, and just live a nice, quiet life. And we can't do that.
You think you'll ever be able to retire?
I don't see that day. Can no longer see that day.
What kind of a retirement plan allows millions of people to lose 30 to 50% of their life savings just as they near retirement?
a coordinated strategy, there might be times that these plans work. But what I think is critical, that first and foremost, you've invested in yourself and in your sole purpose. If you're not living the life that you want to live, and you're just unquestioningly putting money into a 401k, you're funding someone else's dream before you found your own. How educated are you about the funds inside of the 401k? When was the last time you reallocated them? Do you know the stocks that are actually being held in there? These are some of the questions I think are imperative.